here he comes. When he's been briefed, he's on it. Next up, Omer Wilson from Digital Realty.
All the way from Singapore?
Omer, pleasure.
Omer.
All the way from Singapore.
Hey, how's
Take
it
a
going?
seat. Get some hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. Omer, good to see you, mate.
Good to see you.
And how on earth is Singapore treating you?
Very hot.
And you've lost weight, if I might add.
Too hot to eat, but yeah,
Is
no,
it
it's
really
nice.
that hot? Too hot
It is
to eat?
incredibly hot and humid, but lovely country.
Yeah.
Lovely country, lovely, interesting region, but nice to be back for a bit, you see, and to see you both doing
it's
well.
a pleasure.
Doing
Thank
well.
you. Tell us a bit about Digital Realty.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
going well. So still building and operating data centers. We're opening a new one in Singapore in June, second one there, and then Hong Kong still going good. Melbourne, Sydney, Japan about to build out in Osaka.
Wow.
So Asia's going well. Europe likewise. Dublin, strong. London, Amsterdam, and now Frankfurt as well. A bit of land there. Looking at that for the future. So all going well.
Ready for the explosion of IoT, I guess?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, very much so. Seeing that demand now really picking up as well.
And how's Digital handling that explosion? I mean, obviously expanding out to different countries, but...
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're just staying on the demand. A lot of the key customers we have are the providers of that infrastructure, clearly. IBM, IBM Cloud, the software part of that cloud. Most of the large cloud tech providers are in there. So we're seeing it from that angle, and also obviously the social media companies are big customers of ours. So we're seeing that demand, especially in places like Asia, where they run a lot of their regional hubs from Singapore. We've got millions of users across Southeast Asia, really. So vast user base, and really, the highest growth in all of that tech is really going to come from China, Indonesia's. These are hundreds of millions of people coming online and using this technology.
It's interesting because I remember when you launched last year, was it the year before, I can't remember now, the whole community within your data centers.
That's right, yes.
Oh, it's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Actually, me being a company, because actually we'll come on to that a bit later, but Andy and I are launching another company. We haven't told you about it.
Oh, excellent. That would be interesting.
Yes,
Okay.
very, very excited.
He's only after your money. Don't listen to him.
Very, very excited. But, I love that idea of actually, if I'm a client of Digital, I can then service someone else in a digital centre. I have that market to marketplace.
Yes, yeah.
And it's fantastic.
Well, that's taken a new, gone onto a new gear now with Telex, obviously, which we acquired end of last year, and there's a huge marketplace live. They term it within Digital now, but that's all those sort of network and connectivity players there that they facilitate, and now it's part of the Digital Realty family. So it's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, we've been following Digital for a while, so we love you.
Oh, very kind.
Don't we?
Give him the pitch. Come on. Give him the pitch.
Without any further ado,
Okay.
Okay, Andy and I are trying... He's rolling his eyes already. Wait. Andy and I have got this business idea.
Right.
We're starting up this company.
Okay.
We've got a couple of...
Andrew Tech and Neil.
Neil Limited.
Very limited.
We've got a few takers.
Okay.
They're just going to run it past you.
Perfect.
Like Dragon's Den style.
Very
And
nice.
see what you think.
Okay.
We're accepting money.
Get on with it. We're selling it. Again.
What do you think of this?
Very nice. A robot.
It does work.
Does it?
Does it work?
First.
Looks like it's going to fire something up.
No. What do you think of this robot?
It's very nice.
Pathetic, isn't it?
So
It's quite old. It's quite retro.
We want one of these
Okay.
specifically modified
Right.
to be in every household.
Every household.
Okay. So robots in the house.
We need built-in small microphone,
Okay.
webcam,
Yeah.
lots of storage, and big internet connection. internet connection every day to upload at least a gig's worth of data. You think you can help us out?
Could look into it. Could help with the upload and storage bit.
Storage?
Yeah, can help with that.
Yeah.
Would it have AI, or is it just going to be a normal robot?
Let's just say it's just going to replicate data.
Okay.
Once we perfect the death race, we'll talk about that. We're working on that bit, and then we'll see what happens.
It's a bit old school at the moment.
Okay.
We've got this big manual, so we're going to try and develop an app that makes it walk. But it's not working
I
properly.
think that's off. It's turned off.
Oh, I know why.
The back-
It's rubbish.
Why is it? You turned it off.
The
No.
battery. Oh no.
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
Stop it!
Look at that.
See this? You see?
It's
Don't put it at me.
turned
Don't put it at
against
me.
us.
So what do you think? I think we've definitely got some mileage in it, but we're just waiting for someone to help us out. 'Cause
Okay.
we had the guy from Key today that said he could put a Smart IoT chip in it.
Okay. Very nice.
GTT can help us with the connectivity.
Helpful.
We had a lady on today as well from the House of Hacking that can help us secure the whole thing. So
The laser will do that.
Well, we could help with the storage.
Storage. There we go.
We could help it
Okay.
local and the main storage hub for it.
we
Globally.
don't want anyone to know what data we're replicating.
Okay, completely
Is that a
secure.
problem?
That shouldn't be a problem.
We need total data privacy that no one needs to know.
and
what
is
we're
it
storing.
any target market? The kids, I guess, is it, or is it going to help in household stuff?
just in
No?
the house.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
rich. I think.
Somewhere where people would leave their wallet, their trousers, or just with their
Okay.
kids around. Just
Blackmail, anything like that. You know, that kind of whole.
And it's filming as well, is it?
it made it.
Could do, yeah.
Depending on the app that we have,
Right.
we can control it.
Very nice.
So I'm not quite sure. It's actually
It
going
can't
to
go
sleep
off
now.
by itself.
Yeah, I think it's getting a bit tired now. But in concept, that's what we want to do.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
We'd like to hear more.
Oh, fantastic.
We
So
could-
when are we going to Singapore?
We should do it. We should do the similar in Singapore, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Love to.
How different is marketing in Singapore than it is in the UK? I mean, it must be
It's
quite
much more
shift.
distributed. More the Asia Pacific area is very distributed because obviously you've got Australia, and even more than Europe, it's completely different markets. So your approach to Singapore is different to Hong Kong, it's different to Japan, very different to Japan, and then very different to Australia. So it's like multiple markets in one. Big one.
How would that work for you? So you say you have this range of digital. You've got this name, Digital Realties something. This new product that you've come up with.
Robot.
Digital Realties.
Robot.
Find
Robot. Active.
Fab robot, and you say right, it's going to go Digital Realties Fab robot for the Japanese market. You give it to the guy, and he puts it in. And gives it to you in Japanese. You look at it, you go, oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah. What do you do? I mean,
Luckily, we have people that speak Japanese on the thing. That helps.
it's more for the side
helps.
off. You
That
look at it
Japan
back.
could
Look
be
at
a big market
looks
for the
right,
robot.
yeah. Well done.
Japan could be a big
It's
market.
I guess the cultural differences that do
Oh,
come
very,
into
very
play.
big. And then just the size of the markets as well. China.
It's really like
Vast.
emerging trends, you could say, Omer, coming up. You
Uh,
see out in Singapore at the moment.
I think the financial services technology and some of the apps coming out there is very interesting. Not just Singapore, but Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand. There's this whole, multi-million market of sort of young and then getting richer into middle class, and they're going straight to mobile technologies in financial services and car apps. All these apps. There's a lot of the Silicon Valley type developments there is getting really, really interesting.
I think it's like a fine line between a nice to have or a need, and I think there's just too much of that at the moment.
Yes.
And how do you identify it?
What's the valuable ones?
I mean, the next Uber, no time of apps are great.
Yeah.
Certainly in fintech, I guess the cheap payment gateways coming around.
Yeah.
They're real giant killers. I mean, they're really are
Be
giant
some
killers.
seismic shifts, within the next, and everything's happening quicker. Whereas it took maybe years before. Stuff could pop up and change within months. Half a year it could be very
I mean, it amazes me how quickly things are disrupted now. I mean, you had technology come along like, probably shouldn't name the name, but you had Just Eat. You know Just Eat, and you order and it sends it off to the takeaway and it brings it back. And they must have thought, wow, we've cornered the market. And we're never going to get disrupted then. And now Deliveroo's come along, and they go and pick
on
it
the
up.
roads. I didn't know what it was.
It's
Big
just
pats
like
on the back.
out of nowhere. Wow. I mean, it's
and the car parking apps that are popping up now. They park your car for you. And
here's a question, Omer. We were talking about driverless lorries because the government in the UK are testing the driverless lorries on the M6. Would you be
big employer in America?
Would you be a passenger in a driverless car, a driverless vehicle? Maybe not a lorry.
I would be if it was if there was somebody there.
Isn't that a chauffeur?
That's a taxi.
No, like the Tesla where it takes it on for a little bit and then it gives it back to you. More autopilot, really. But fully ones, I'd want to wait a bit till it's tested.
A little bit
tried
nervous
and tested.
myself about it. I know what you mean.
My worry would be hacked cars. And the idea is whether people get blackmailed. So they're going to hack you at 100 miles an hour and say, look, we'll take you off the road or transfer the money. So security is even more important.
I'm turning against this now. Forget this driverless car. You can keep it.
I don't blame you. That accident that happened out in the US, that driverless car.
Yes.
Who's to blame? Who gets sued?
It's a whole thing. Well, it's not just that. In the future, will we have robotic judges or robotic MPs?
Do you think we could ever become robots, Andy?
I hope. You know what? I would give anything to be a robot. I could just send the
you should
robot
have a
to work.
robotic assistant for your next show.
Yes, my assistant.
I'm going to be outsourced to the robot. How can you think that? Omer, you can't tell him. You
How can
never
you replicate
replace
that as a robot?
Well, I'll have an off button at least.
But I think the future with the whole robotic AI side of things is speeding up. Taking an idea to execution has never been faster. Automating that idea. We were going to talk to, unfortunately, the lady was ill, the lady from Expedia. And we have been playing around with those Amazon Echoes. And talking to it, playing music, order pizza.
Wow.
And there are other companies like Expedia pumping in APIs into so they can actually go, well, Amazon Echo, Expedia, order me a holiday to New York. And it will interrogate the system. So I have next flight to New York, and you can order it by speech.
Crazy. And dangerous, because you can order very quickly. It's like the Amazon one button to order.
It's incredible. Speeding up, isn't it?
Well, okay, so final question, Omer. Well, obviously Digital Realty are heavy in the data center space. Will the shape or the way that data centers are built be or are being disrupted at the moment?
I'm sure it will. I think it's going to be it's ironic actually, because we're almost, the way it was really put quite interestingly before to me was almost like a leaf, where the edge of the leaf is sort of where the sun gets, the chromosomes happen, and that's what our buildings are like. Everything, all the modern technology magic happens inside the building, in the servers, but you still need the surrounding, because everything's getting smaller, no doubt. It's also getting hotter, so you still need the cooling, so that's one thing. But it's just, as the demand grows, you just need more and more of it. So I don't think they're going to stay the same. I think it'll take time, and then I think you'll have different versions and sizes. You'll have the big motherships, you'll have the slightly smaller ones to run regions, and then pretty much every street will have its own flash storage-based, small, independent data center, really. Every single street, because it's going to all be connected.
Fantastic.
I will leave that. I've got one question for you, but I'll save it to the bar. Please.
Oh, beautiful. Sounds like a plan. It's good to see you, both.
Omer,
good luck with the robot.
Wilson.
Bring it to Singapore.
Yes. Please, mention it.
Oh, well done.
Get the funders in.
Good to see you both.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Omer Wilson, Digital Realty. Thank you. We're not getting anywhere.
It's going forward.
It's like, no, our business has failed before it even started. We'll have to stick with broadcasting, and we're doing so well.
Well, I don't know. Hang on. maybe he will invest, and we've got him too. You know. Anyway.